Stonk Insights. This is not financial advice. Hive Blockchain, ticker symbol HIVE. That is the next Bitcoin mining stock that we're going to be talking about today. This stock actually came up in a Twitter space I was involved in a couple weeks ago with the Ethereum Classic community. They had informed me that Hive Blockchain was mining Ethereum Classic, and I was unaware of that. So it got me interested, and I started to dive into Hive, just looking at everything that comes with Hive, their financials, and just some press releases and whatnot. I went back quite far, just to try to get an overview of Hive and what's been going on with them. So stick along for this video so you can get an update with Hive Blockchain. If you're new to this channel, I talk about stock, I talk about crypto. So if you're interested in any of those topics, hit that subscribe button. Like this video if you like this video. It does help out the channel, and I do appreciate it, and thank you guys. So what we're going to do next, or right now, is transition to Robinhood, and I put together a list of these Bitcoin mining stock. So it's after the market closed right now, and as we can see here, it is a sea of green. This hasn't been seen, I don't know since when. 100% green across the board. This is not all the Bitcoin mining stocks. You will notice that Core Scientific is not on this list anymore. They had dropped down to the OTC markets because of their Chapter 11 bankruptcy filing and their reorganization that they're going through right now. So to all the Core Scientific investors out there, I do wish you the best of luck. But as we can take a look here and we see the rest of the Bitcoin mining companies, holy moly, this was definitely a nice day. This was a nice day in 2023, the best so far for these Bitcoin mining companies. We see some massive moves on this list here. Marathon Digital, a huge company, up 28%. See Hive Blockchain, the biggest Bitcoin company, up 20%. And we see some of the smaller companies, they made some moves too, but being of a smaller market cap, it took less capital for those to jump up. But we see just across the board, 1% for Cypher Mining, 34% for DigiHost. It's all over the place, but it was green across the board. So kudos to all the Bitcoin mining companies, to all the investors who seen those gains. So this is the first article we're going to look at. This goes back to May 11, 2022 from CoinDesk. So this just talks about Hive to consolidate shares, and they use this term consolidate, but it was basically a reverse stock split to attract more institutional investors. The crypto miner will have a 5-to-1 reverse stock split. The move will lower the number of its shares outstanding to about 82 million from about 411 million. It will be effective on May 20th. So they had a massive amount of shares outstanding out there in the market. So they did quell that share amount, on the market. So I guess that is a good thing. Now, consolidation of shares, which is commonly known as a reverse stock split, is a process by which a publicly traded company reduces its share count and increases the price of each share outstanding. After the consolidation, price of each share will be higher and will create more visibility among large investors, as many institutional investors, mutual funds in particular, have policies against taking positions in a stock price under a minimum share price, regardless of its market capitalization. And just to expand upon that, there are actual listing requirements from the NASDAQ that each stock has to be, above $1 for each share stock. This is one of the strategies that companies do employ to shore up those stock prices. So not only, to have more eyes for institutional investors, but just so they can remain in compliance and so they can be listed on the NASDAQ stock exchange. So next I want to move to this fact here. So, when you Google Hive Blockchain Ethereum Classic, there's a bunch of articles, and it's hard to tell which articles are fact and which articles are fiction. So I just went straight to the source here, and we see here in the facts what cryptocurrencies does Hive mine. So let's click on that, and we can see that this is outdated. Okay, so they're saying that cryptocurrencies that Hive mines are Ethereum, Ethereum Classic, and Bitcoin. And we all know, because Ethereum has switched over to proof of work, that they are no longer mining Ethereum unless they're mining the ETH POW. That's not what is stated here. So it's unclear if they are still mining Ethereum Classic. I listened to their latest investor presentation that was released September 30th, 2022, and I didn't hear any mention about Ethereum Classic. I do know that this wasn't one of their other major cryptocurrencies they were mining anyways. Their mining of Ethereum Classic represented a fraction of a fraction of all the miners that they use. But I did want to see if it was still true or not. So right now we're under the assumption that they are still mining Ethereum Classic. But if you have any information that you can provide to either confirm or deny if they're still mining Ethereum Classic, please do leave that in the comments down below. I am personally invested in Ethereum Classic. It is one of my bigger holdings as far as cryptocurrencies go. I'm just interested. So we're going here to their financial statements that were released on September 30th, just to try to take a look at the snapshot for the company, see if it's healthy right now. And you can't get any better information than, looking at the financials. So at the top, we see current assets. They are sitting at $88 million, with $8 million of that being cash and cash equivalents, and $64 million being digital currencies. And that's all the currencies that they mine. So we're actually going to take a look at note 8 here in a second, but we're going to quickly take a look at the current liabilities here. So we see they're sitting at around $23 million as far as current liabilities go. So we see that's about a 4-to-1 from current assets to current liabilities. So that's good. Now granted, the current liabilities, that doesn't say zero. We would like to see that, be, have nothing there, but having more assets, current assets, than more current liabilities, that is a good thing. As we scroll on down, we see the total liabilities sit at 49 million. As we take into consideration the current assets to total liabilities, the current assets are enough to eclipse the total liabilities. So that is also something that we do like to see. So we scroll on down here to note 8 here. I'm just going to zoom in a little bit more. You can see the cryptocurrencies that they have on their balance sheet. They have Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Ethereum Classic. Obviously, overwhelmingly, they have, the bigger position in Bitcoin, and, it just goes down from there. So personally, obviously, we're looking at, Ethereum Classic here. If I encourage you to come look at their financials, if you're interested in Hive Blockchain. But with Ethereum Classic, we see that as of March 31st, they did not have a bunch of Ethereum Classic on hand. They sold a bunch of it, but they do still hold Ethereum Classic, and they still mine Ethereum Classic, as that's what we're working off that assumption right now. So I thought that was very, very interesting. I'm a big time Ethereum Classic bull, like I just mentioned, and I'm just happy to see some exahash and some hash rate being thrown to Ethereum Classic to secure that network. So finally, we're going to look at the current production as of December. So what I'm going to start doing, because I do believe that most of these Bitcoin mining companies, they do report on a monthly basis, with their production. So I think I am going to start, looking at this more often with all these companies that I look through, just so we can get an overall view of what's happening month to month. It is important with how volatile Bitcoin is that we make sure that these companies are staying on track, that they make it to the Bitcoin halving that's happening June of 2024. So just to take a look at the summary here, in the month of November, they mined 264 Bitcoin from both ASICs and GPUs, with a monthly average hash rate of 2.51 exahash, representing an average of 105 Bitcoin per exahash. Now I looked through this again, they don't mention Ethereum or Ethereum Classic, but there's no concern with that. They are a Bitcoin mining company, as a whole. So this next point here, Hive has received 262 units of its new Hive Buzz miner, powered by Intel Blockscale ASIC. So if you know or you don't know, Intel made an actual chip that's specifically for mining cryptocurrencies. This is going to be interesting for them to be installing these miners. They have here that they're going to be getting about 5,800 units total that's going to be delivered throughout December and January 2023. So it will be interesting to see the numbers, to see, where their exahash goes to. Does this help with the efficiency efficiency of their mining, or does it do both? Next here we say Hive has purchased a total of 2,130 new Bitmain S19j Pro Ant miners, which are expected to arrive December 2022 or early January 2023, of which 1,930 are brand new in boxes. So just on a side note here, with those new S19j Pro Ant miners, they're getting these specifically to increase their efficiency so that they can have a better Bitcoin mine per exahash, and so that could be looking better. So that is the video for you guys. Just a brief company overview for Hive. So what do you guys think? Are you invested in Hive Blockchain? You know, what do you think about the numbers? Are you from the Ethereum Classic community? Did you know that Hive Blockchain was actually actively, as we're working on right now with the assumption, actively mining Ethereum Classic? What do you think about that? I believe that this is a big thing, especially if they are still mining Ethereum Classic. This is great for the Ethereum Classic community. This is great for the blockchain. It helps secure the blockchain. It just makes me excited seeing that, this is probably the first of the big Bitcoin mining companies to start mining Ethereum Classic, and hopefully there's more to come. But whatever your thoughts, leave them in the comments down below. Thank you guys again for watching this video, and I'll catch you in the next one.